Yeah, that's the first step. Is recognizing the power of opportunities.
I feel like good leaders are those who want their mentees to exceed them.
And I would say leaders like that, it's a dead organization.
Be human enough to be able to identify what's worth identifying.
Being humble of not despising small beginnings.
Thinking Oprah helped all these white people.
Oh,
Phil was white, Oz was white, that white woman, financial woman was white.
Align your values with these opportunities. Align your beliefs with the opportunities.
Who the hell is Nike?
Nike.
Who knows Nike? Who cares about Nike? But he went for it because who cared about Michael Jordan at the time?
Let's chill.
Hello, Sanbonani. Goeiedag. Hola. Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome once again to another episode where we actually want to talk about opportunities. What do you do when opportunity knocks at your door? Because we all know that opportunities are everywhere. So, are you ready?
And you must answer when it do come.
Oh, cool. So, my question is, are you ready to unlock the door to success? Join us in this captivating episode as we delve into the world of opportunities and just explore why checking on our egos at the door and embracing collaboration as the key to seizing these opportunities, right? So I hope you'll get inspired by this episode as we just converse amongst each other and discover how we can actually use humility and collaboration in transforming our journeys towards achieving greatness.
Yes.
Right. So don't miss out on this enlightening discussion. Hope you join in. If you have any input whatsoever, please write them down in the comment section as we go along. And if you feel like there's another topic that you want us to talk about, we'd love for you to tell us so that we discuss that. But it's all about thought-provoking topics and where we will learn and discover our path to success. Right. So let's jump right on and talk about these opportunities. What happens when they get unlocked? Or how do we unlock them?
Yeah, that's the first step. Is recognizing the power of opportunities, because we know that they could come from anywhere. And the thing is, when they do come, it's very important that we begin to answer them. But a lot of times, how can we answer opportunities if we don't know if it's opportunities? And I think that's why this episode it will be good, because we definitely want to give you some pointers of how to recognize episodes and what you can do.
You mean opportunities?
Yes.
You just said episodes.
Okay, you're right. Well, what you could do when you receive opportunities and how to react. And so recognize it, because we know it can arise unexpectedly. Unexpectedly it can happen. You could start your journey today. And this is why we encourage you to get started. This is why, you can't focus on the lights. You can't focus on the money. You can't focus on, you just got to get started. You got to work on yourself. You got to prepare yourself, because if you keep working, the opportunity to come 3 years down the line. It could happen 5 years from now. But if you never get started, if you never get going, if you don't network and you don't collaborate with anyone, like we talked about last week, if we keep this what have you done for me lately, or I wash your back and you wash mine, and we staying in the island being about
Scratch, you mean?
Scratch, what did I say?
I'll scratch your back.
Yeah, you scratch mine.
Yeah.
What did I say?
I wash your back.
It was the same thing. I scratch your back, you wash me. But if we continue to do that, then guess what? Then we would still be in the same place we was last year. And so it could come unexpectedly, but the goal is that you get going, you get started, you don't look at what other people are doing, because there's apostle syndromes. We're trying to look and see what other people are doing, then we try to do the same thing. We just gotta focus on what we are called to do, and then make the right connections and begin to collaborate and supporting one another. And guess what? When your opportunity comes, it's gonna come if you do the work, if you grind, if you work.
Stay the course.
Stay the course. You work your lane. You stay in your lane. You stay on your path. And guess what? When the opportunity happens, it's gonna happen. And we always talking about Oprah Winfrey. We always talk about Tyler Perry. These are some examples that we always give when these people, because these people started from small beginnings, humble beginnings. And so and definitely but recognize the power of opportunity, because there is opportunity for us, and but you got to be willing to seize it. You got to be willing to be ready for it when it do come, because it will come. Yeah. But the main thing is, don't focus on what other people are doing, and don't look at the lights. Don't do it for the fame and the popularity. Just do what you are called to do. Focus on the thing that you desire of doing, and then when that time comes, you will receive it. You will unlock you will seize those moments.
Yeah, because one thing that I know about opportunities is that it loves preparation.
Yes.
When it comes, if you're not prepared, then you just miss the boat. Mm-hmm. So I think what we are actually trying to emphasize is that let's get prepared, so that when an opportunity comes, we're not holding our heads out and saying, oh my God, if only. We don't want the if onlys. Mm-hmm. So just get yourself prepared in starting whatever journey you want to be on now. So that when a break comes, you already started. You're in momentum and you're just ready to go.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You spoke on collaboration, right? Excuse me. And I know that there's dangers in ignoring or neglecting collaborations. Because some people really neglect or ignore or deny or reject, to collaborate with other people, because one, they kind of look down on them. Oh, I can't be partnered with that person. I can't be aligned with that person. They feel that their names are much bigger than that person, or whatever the case may be. There are many reasons why people are like no to collaboration. Just talk us into that. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, the dangers of neglected collaboration. Now, I could talk about it from experience, because I'm a recovery introvert. And when you're an introvert, you're isolated from the world. You don't talk to nobody, you don't collaborate, no one. You just to yourself. And so that's one way how introverts is neglect collaborations, or the danger of collaboration with introverts, because they do be themselves, and they feel like and if they're not comfortable. This is me. If I'm not comfortable. If I feel like you're gonna judge me, then I won't approach you, or I won't talk to you, and that's dangerous, because I'm hindering myself to connecting with someone that can help me in my journey. And this is what happens when you don't collaborate with someone. You can hinder your journey. You can hinder of someone helping you to get to the place where you want to be. And so that's one of the dangerous. And another thing too about the danger of the collaboration, because you touched on it as well, because sometimes we see things in the church, in the church where sometimes pastors they get jealous sometimes. Yeah, you got some jealous pastors. And
I think not just church, but everywhere.
Leadership, all any leadership, when they, and like you said, you're right. Not just in church, but all leadership, when they feel like, their job is in jeopardy, and then they don't want to do no recession planning because they feel like they're gonna keep it. They're gonna keep it until they die, but not realizing if they don't prepare no one because for some reason you fear or you scared that person gonna take your job. If you don't have this type of recession planners and you don't teach and you don't train, you don't collaborate, then how can you pass on your knowledge, your expertise, so that especially if it's your business, if you have a business or you have a church and you don't start preparing as a leader for somebody else to take over, then who's gonna take over your church, or who's gonna take over your organization? Who's gonna take over your business? So we see a lot of times where people they feel like I'm not gonna take that opportunity because I'm not gonna teach them because they might seem in your eyesight better than you.
But what if they are better? Then it means you've done a great job. You've been a great coach. You've been a great mentor to that person. And we need more people like that who are not gonna think that if I raise another leader, then they're gonna be better than me. The beautiful thing is if they turn out better than you, it means you've done great.
Yeah, that means you're a good teacher.
Right. And
you're a duplicator.
Right. And I feel like good leaders are those who want their mentees to exceed them. To do over and above what they have done, faster and quicker and better. So we need more leaders who are going to embrace mentees, who are going to want to be mentors to people, who are going to want to coach people less achieved than them. Don't be like those people who feel like if I collaborate or if I teach someone my skills, then they are gonna end up overshadowing me, or they're gonna end up being liked more than people like me. There's no leadership in that. And it's really a downfall for many because it doesn't encourage growth.
Yeah.
It doesn't encourage development.
And I would say leaders like that, it's a dead organization. Because when you encourage growth, eventually it's gonna die. Because why? Because you're gonna destroy your own organization, or you're gonna destroy your own opportunity because there's dangerous collaboration. If you just embrace that collaboration and stop and don't look down on a person, even if they are better than you. It's okay. That because you gotta remember, if you train them, we talk about this, people will never forget about you. And when you train them, they just not gonna take it. They just not gonna take it if because they're gonna respect you. If they respect you, they're not gonna just say, you know what, they still work under you or they still work with you, but in their gifting. Because guess what? We talked about this before. Yes, they might be better than you in one area, but you're also gonna be better than them in another area, and y'all just coming together with
making it better and more powerful.
Yes, better and more powerful because y'all both they might be better than you, but that's what you want. And this is why we encourage the distance assessment as well. Because when you take the distance assessment, you will understand your strengths and your weaknesses, and then you're able to put the right people into place as well, and not be jealous if that person, because the main goal is, we talk about Elon Musk. We say Elon Musk is not smart, but he hired great people or put great people that's smarter than him.
But he's not stupid either. But
of course not.
But he would never do what he has done
without great help.
Yeah.
Without great help, and great leaders don't get jealous or somebody better than them. That's what they want. They want people that's smarter than them in those areas because they know, with my limitations, I only could do but so much.
Yeah.
I only could do but so much. So I want to hire people that's smarter than me. And guess what? I train them on the things that I know, right? Because eventually we talk about like a business. We talk about a business, right? Eventually, if you working in the business for long and you don't know how to transition to put people in place, then you just have a job. Right. The goal is to start something start the opportunity, start the business, start the idea, and then eventually you want to work your way out so that you and put smart people in places where you don't have to do the work. So that's why you don't have to fear of somebody going to take your position. If you're a true leader, you want them to take your position because they take your position. Now you just overviewing the whole company, or you just overviewing the ministry or whatever it is while they do their job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like humility is a real catalyst for growth, because if you don't have humility, you won't be able to have that eye of seeing talent. You know, of identifying that person could be a good person for this position, for that position. I can actually hone that person's skill this way and that way so that they may benefit our organization, you know. So I feel like humility comes in that way. We're not saying let people walk all over you, no. But we're saying that be human enough to be able to identify what's worth identifying. I don't know if I'm putting it right. But
that's a good point. You know, another point I would go by, even like being humble of not despising small beginnings.
Right.
You know, or not you know, because a lot of times, you know, if we start small, we don't. A lot of us don't want to start. Everyone, you know, they want the microwave. You know, they want this quick. They want this microwave response or the reaction. They want this microwave success, and true success don't happen in a vacuum. It don't have. It's true success sometimes takes time, and you know there are growing pains. You know, before you receive success, you're gonna go through growing pains. You know, everything that you start, you know, it's gonna take time to develop.
I had a pastor friend who used to say, no labor pains, no baby, no crown, no. What was this Jesus went through?
Thorns.
No crown, no resurrection.
No resurrection. Okay.
No pain, no gain. So, you know, they go hand in hand, like you said. You know, they go hand in hand. You know, so yes, some people are fortunate enough just to get it going without putting in the efforts. They land the right gigs, they land the right, breaks. But for some of us, we need to really pull up our sleeves and get into the trenches and do the work so that when the break comes, we are well equipped to take it on and give it our best.
Yes, because even like, you know, we did an interview recently, and the interviews will be coming out shortly. But one of the interviews, the young lady, she said, you know, there are some people that get it quick. But that don't mean they're going to be able to keep it. Sometimes you
might not last.
They might not last. You could lose it right away. But you know, those that get in and they work their way to it, you're building character.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You're going to build character when you're not doing nothing. That's out of your hands, or you know, you're not overextending yourself, but you are building character. And so by you building that character, you building that drive, that driving force for you to last the long haul. You know what? When you finally get there, you appreciate it more.
Yeah.
You know, you won't forget about. You know, I remember when I started way back then.
Yeah.
I remember that whole journey. I remember how, you know, the ups and downs. I remember when I ate the oodles and noodles and the cereals from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Do you remember the breakfast, lunch? If you're old as me, and we grew up, you know, we ate breakfast. We ate cereals for breakfast, lunch, and dinners, and you can remember all those those small beginners to get to that place. We're like, you know what? I made it.
Yeah.
And then you know when you made it, like, man, and then guess what? Can I say something? That humble beginnings, those small beginnings, right? Of that oodles and noodles, and you building that momentum. You're building that resilience to get to that place. When you
muscle.
You're building that muscle. Guess what? So what happens is, let's say you climbing up the ladder and you're going up there slowly, and it keeping you humble, right? So as you get up to the ladder, let's say everything crumble right back down. Let's say you have to start over.
If you work yourself, if you worked it well, you're able to rebuild.
You're able to rebuild
and much quicker.
And much quicker.
You know how to do it.
You know how to do it.
If you are taken up there without you pulling your sleeves, then it will be hard to rebuild.
Cause why? You didn't know the steps. Cause sometimes people skip steps before to get to that place. They skip steps, and so now if something happened and you lose it, now that's why we people want to lose their life, and they throw themselves out the window, because sometimes you skip steps, and then if you lose it, you don't know how to rebuild. But if you don't despise small beginners, and you just gradually grow up there, then guess what? Anything ever happen, you can say, I can do this again.
Yeah.
I seen someone, Grant Cardone, they wanted him to do a TV series, right? And where they take him to a place, a neighborhood, without any money, without any cell phones, and the objective is he got to build back. He got to make $1 million in 90 days, without all his contacts. They just put him in a place, put him in a city.
There's cameras.
Of course, but he don't know. They put him in a place, a city that he don't know of, and he don't have no technology. He don't have no cell phones. He can't use his contacts and nothing. And he can't use his money. He don't have nothing, access to nothing. But his objective is to make $1 million in 90 days. But don't you know it's easier to make $1 million when you know how to make $1 million?
Yeah.
when you humble enough and you build it and you took your time to get there, guess what? You build that and you build that knowledge, that wealth of knowledge, where if
nobody can take it away.
You can't take away your knowledge. You can't take away your experience.
That's why in most cases, wealthy people will always remain wealthy. They will tell you, if I lose it all, I will rebuild it again.
I will rebuild it.
And you hear most multi-millionaires, they say the same thing. I lost it so many times and I regained it again. So I guess, just be open-minded and be receptive to opportunities, and just keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah, just keep your eye on the ball, because Tyler Perry is a good example with that, of these small beginners. 7 jiggers. Now this guy is a multi-billionaire. He got his own studio, his own production, and guess what? He didn't depend on no one. He depended on Oprah was a big starting point. But the thing is, he did it right and worked his way up. Now he called the shots when he wanted to do a movie. He got his own studio. He don't have to depend on no one. He don't have to depend on, going to Universal Studio to film his movies. He can do his own movies. Yeah. And so, and this is the thing, when you building it up, and this is why, when you do that, you establish these SOPs, these procedures of how to do certain things, so that when you get there, you know how to do it. You have these SOPs, so that it's not hard for you to build a studio.
Yeah. So you talk about small beginnings and embracing humble beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
A good example is Richard Branson, who started small. What's this guy again who did Apple?
Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs.
He started small. He started in his dorm room, right?
Yeah.
And the Amazon guy started in his garage. So who would have known that there'll be multi-billionaires?
Yeah, who would know Amazon will be Amazon today?
He didn't
even know Amazon will be Amazon today.
I don't think anybody did.
He knew he believed it was gonna be successful, but he didn't know. It was this magnitude. All he was trying to do is just maybe push his books and become financially free, and maybe have a successful business for one, but not knowing. But but like I said, but don't humble beginners. You know, you able to. But sometimes people, again, sometimes we see people that make it, and then this is why you got to be so humble too, because this is another thing. Because sometimes people get up there and have the success, and they forget where they came from, and that's another reason how you lose it, because you forget where you started. You forget these humble beginners, and so you, and then now you neglect people. And you forget about people, and so that's why it's very important as well to stay humble, and so that you don't forget where you come from, and not look down on people. Sometimes people look down.
Money changes. Money shows your true character.
Money definitely shows your true characters. Yeah. But guess what? When you go through the grind, you stay humble, you know, and hopefully, you know, you're able to build that character, because it's very important that we maintain this character and these and integrity, so that when we do get the money, you know, we don't abuse it, or we don't mistreat no one, you know, because there's a lot of people that mistreat people when they receive it.
Yeah, that's true. So I just want to say, achieving a success has a lot to do with being having humility, and just keep going through through perseverance and hard work.
Hard work, yes.
Yeah. Some people get it easy though, but hey, we're gonna say hard work. You know, and then just putting your ego aside, and embrace other people. Like you said, don't forget where you come from. Remember that you got there because other people helped you to get there.
Yeah.
You didn't just get there by yourself.
No, we all you need help.
Need help.
If you feel like you can do it by yourself, you need eventually. We always say you can get there. You can get there fast alone. Yeah, you might be able to get there by yourself, and you might be able to get there fast because you don't have to look to no one. But you can go a lot further when you got help, and that's why Tyler Perry was able to do what he's doing today, because he had the help. Look at another two people. We went over this over the mastermind last week with who I'm talking about, right? Who Oprah helped. If it wasn't for Oprah, Dr. Oz and who was his name? Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz. They leveraged Oprah platform. Now
I'm just thinking, Oprah helped all these white people.
No,
Phil was white, Oz was white, that white woman, financial woman was white. Only black person she helped.
Tyler Perry.
She didn't give Tyler Perry the platform.
No, she didn't. But they work together.
I guess maybe after helping all these white people and realizing that, hey, I'm not helping my people, she then helped Tyler. I'm not against.
But what about Ayanna Renzine?
Ayanna, she gave her Ayanna an opportunity.
Yes, she gave her an opportunity, right? Yeah. And it's a few, baby. It's a few. But the reason why, here's the thing, we know because they was actually on her show multiple times. Tyler Perry and Anya wasn't really on her show like that. But still, but you do need people. This is why collaboration is very important.
I think like on that point, I'm correcting myself because I made a discriminative point there. Is that when you align your opportunities with your values and beliefs, it doesn't matter the color of the person. Yes.
Or the religion.
Right.
Yeah.
So she felt that they were aligning with her beliefs and values and her platform. So let's do this. And they were willing to put in the work. Yeah. So it worked out.
It worked out, and this is why we have to establish our values and beliefs, because if we don't, sometimes we would do anything and then not align, or we accept something that's not. So don't. And this is why you don't want to chase money. Your values is more important. Your beliefs is more important. Cause if you what's the saying? What's the saying is, if you fall for anything.
I don't know the saying.
If you fall for, you don't know the saying? Somebody in the chat, please help us out. But Here's the thing, though. But align your values with these opportunities. Align your beliefs with the opportunities. You don't fall short. Even like, you won't, when something come your way, because there's a lot of times opportunities might come your way. And if it's not aligned with your values and your beliefs, sometimes you might take it because you feel like, oh man, that's a bag. That's a bag. But you have to be willing to say, you know what? Yo,
what comes to mind?
That don't line up. Yeah, I can't do that.
What comes to mind is
I don't care how much money
is the Jordan deal.
Okay.
Michael Jordan. With Nike.
Okay.
When they first scouted him, he was a nobody. He was a rookie, right? And it took one person to actually believe in him. Mm-hmm. To say, this guy...
But you know what, can I say something too? Can I say something too?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something? Not only Michael Jordan, though, wasn't nobody, right? Mm-hmm. When he first started, he was somebody. He was a basketball player.
Right.
But he wasn't where he was.
He was a rookie. He
wasn't where he is today. But can I tell you something too? Nike wasn't there either. There was no.
I was about to say that as well. Nike was right at the bottom of the chain.
Yeah, the bottom of the chain.
And they were looking for someone to help collaborate.
Yeah, collaborate. Yeah.
That sometimes
that's a good example.
Yeah, they were a good brand.
And they both was building on something, because Nike was known for their tennis shoes, and they want to come into another sports arena, and they needed one person to do it. And so
look at it now.
And look at Nike now, that they, because of Michael Jordan, you got LeBron James, you got Tiger Woods, you got all these different players that came after Michael Jordan.
Because they saw the success that Jordan received from that, because apparently in his initial contract, his mom fought the fact that he will, for every sneaker that's sold, he gets a percentage out of that. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine how wealthy that man is? Is secure
and he still get a percentage.
Life. Of course he does. He's secure for, that's like generational wealth. So my point in me bringing this up is that, don't look at, because he could have easily said, who the hell is Nike? Who knows Nike? Who cares about Nike? Mm-hmm. But he went for it, because who cared about Michael Jordan at the time? Yeah. And I applaud the person that actually was able to have that eye to spot him and say, this guy is going to make it. Mm-hmm. If we stick to this guy, we're going to see how far we're going to go. Yeah. And look how Jordans now, people would sleep outside on a line to get a new release of Jordan. Yeah. That's how big the brand is. And it costs an arm and a leg.
Yes. It's like $400 shoes. I remember when they first started, it was like $100. Now they're like $400
because of the demand.
The demand, inflation,
and not just the shoe they came up with. Now they have apparels. They've got,
and Nike got his own brand as well. Yeah, they're called Air Jordans.
Right. So look at all these opportunities that came out of just that singular deal. Yeah. Michael Jordan could have easily said, no, I want to be associated with the there and them back then.
Yes.
The well-known names. But he took a chance as well, and the chance definitely paid off. So I think my point of is that take a chance.
Take a chance.
Take a chance. You never know.
You never know
it could land.
You never know where it could land, because, like I said, if you don't, you can miss opportunities. You can miss those opportunities But the goal is to align it as well with your values and your belief. Don't just take it just to take it because it's a bad. If it's according to your values and your beliefs, even if they are different, maybe different different nationality or different religion, denomination. But they have the same goals and the same values and the same belief systems as you. You don't be afraid. Don't allow your ego get the best of you.
So what's the game plan?
What's the game plan? Mm-hmm. Tell us, what is the game plan? How can we help the people today? How can we? What they could do? One, it's very important. That if you're gonna take advantage of these opportunities, if you're gonna stay humble, if you're gonna recognize opportunities, if you're gonna have this amenities and understanding your values and beliefs, you gotta practice self-reflection. That's very important.
Yeah.
That we need to every day practice self-reflection. So that we able to not get hung up of who we are and what we want to become, and so and not get this have this ego and say we better than everybody else, or as me against the world attitude. But self-reflection, say, okay, where I'm at today, and who can help me get to that place, or who I can help to get to the place. Because another thing we see is, with sometimes people, and this is the thing about humbleness and self-reflection is very important, because we got sometimes people only support you if you support them, or they see like you can support them. They
not just that, or if they see that they support you if you're a somebody.
Yeah.
In inverted commas.
Yeah.
And they will never support you if they feel like you're beneath them, or not worth their time. It's actually sad.
It is sad. When people do that, they're expecting you. So this is why you need self-reflection, because we don't want that attitude. We don't want to do something then expecting them to do it back, because we should do it just because. It don't have to look for support. That's why we are preparing and having a different self-reflection, because the opportunity will come your way. It might not come from one person, it comes from a different person, but what we having this self-reflection, we are staying humble, we prepare for the opportunity, so that when it comes, we are able to spot it and not say, oh, I'm only going to do this because I'm looking for them to support me. It might not happen. And you got to be okay with that. And you got to know that your opportunity could come, and don't do it for the wrong reason. And that's why we say align yourself with your values and beliefs, and don't do things for the wrong reasons. So self-reflection is very critical, so that you can identify any past instances where ego may have hindered progress, hindered your ability to embrace opportunities. You want to identify anything that where your ego got in the way, so that you can learn from it. Yeah.
So number 2 is seek collaboration. Go out there and look for it.
Yes, you got to.
People to partner with.
Yes.
I sent an email to this lady, because I needed her expertise, advice. I know how much it took out of me to do that. It took a lot, but I pressed it send, and I told myself, if she responds, good for me. If she doesn't, I tried. And that's how I'm trying to navigate life from now on, by just throwing myself in the deep end and saying, if it works out, great job, Cesar, you did it, you gave it a try, you threw yourself out there. But if it doesn't, you tried. You tried. So let's try. Let's not give up on ourselves. Let's not give up on people, because there are people out there who genuinely want to help other people.
Yes.
They're just waiting for you to pick up the phone call them, text them, voice note them, email them, and they're ready to help. Pro bono. Some people are not even looking for money.
Yeah.
They're like, if I've made it. In fact, the lady actually responded and just said, I genuinely want to help people to succeed. I've made it, and as a foreigner in America, and if I've made it, why can't I help others to make it too? That's my thinking. And I'm like, wow, there are still people like that. Because it doesn't take much. Because I remember she when I sent the email, she immediately called me back. She's like, I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting a call back, And she's like, no, I see what you're saying, and I want to help. I'm busy, but in between, I will come through for you. I'll see what I can do. And that meant a lot to me,
Yes.
So can you imagine if I had not reached out? I would not have received that help.
Yes.
Because collaboration doesn't mean that you're partnering with somebody in any way. It even means that reaching out and getting mentors, reaching out and getting somebody who knows better than you do to help you.
Yes.
You know, so it can be anything. But my point is just reach out to people.
Yeah, because you got to look for it. You got to look for those different collaboration. How do you look for it? Joining on networks, events, networking events, masterminds, webinars, lunch and learns. Join our community. And we like to say this podcast is sponsored by Next Opportunity Window, where it's a great way where you're able to network, where you're able to collaborate with other like-minded individuals and learn from them. Get ideas, share your ideas, and just collaborate and so that everyone can win. Everyone can be the best version they can be, and so that we can take advantage of the Next Opportunity Window, the name of the community, so that you can take advantage of the Next Opportunity Window. Yes, and so you want to join this community, we definitely say join the community. Come be a part of us. You won't miss it. There's a lot of resources, a lot of ways that you can engage with everyone, and then you're able to be coached by myself. You know, you're able to be coached by myself. You have any questions or whatever you need help with, I'm there to help you win. I'm here to help you succeed. And so, yeah, but this is where how you collaborate and looking for that collaboration, seeking collaboration, seeking partnerships by joining these different events and communities and so forth like that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do that by linking yourself up with like-minded people. Mm-hmm. So the community, excuse me, is a great platform to engage with like-minded individuals.
Yes.
Because they want what you want to be better.
To be better.
So do check out the link below for more information on that, and we'll be happy to help you get that going. Right. Excuse me, I'm still recovering. I have not recovered completely, so it's
and then another one is you want to evaluate alignment. You want to evaluate your alignment with your values and your belief system. You want to make sure whoever you collaborate with in community event, make sure you align it with your values, your belief. Because a lot of times we do things like sometimes we start a business and you're not even passionate about it. You know, how many times you started something because you feel like it's gonna make you money, and then come to find out you paid all this money and it said that wasn't for me. I'm not interested, and so you waste a lot of money. So
I think I have a good example with that. With the course that I had started, I've been starting it and stopping it because oh my God, every time I go to class, I just feel like crying. I'm like, this is not me. This is not for me. The money is so good if you get employed in that area. But oh boy, it's torture going through the classes, especially because I'm not passionate about it.
Yeah.
So I've taken a break because I'm like, it's hard to even attend because it just messes up with my mind. So that's a good example.
Yeah.
Just doing things for the sake of compensation.
Yes.
By not enjoying the process. You're not doing yourself even
you're doing yourself a disservice.
And the company that's going to employ you, you're not going to like what you're doing. You're just doing it for the paycheck.
Yeah.
That's why we have such horrible nurses and teachers and all these people who are supposed to be doing this service work, but they ended up doing a bad job because they're just doing it for the bag. And it's just not worth it because you're torturing yourself. You're torturing
yourself. So when we're saying it's very important when you're assessing new opportunities, make sure it aligns with your values and your beliefs. That's very important that when you're assessing an opportunity, when you're assessing a partnership or a collaboration, when you're assessing whatever you want to get into, make sure it's aligned with your values and your belief system so that, you won't be wasting your time.
It will be beneficial for you in the long run.
It would definitely be beneficial. Yeah.
Like at this point in time, I'm actually in between jobs. And yes, business that I'm doing, my pension things as well. But I'm actually like reevaluating my life, like where I am. And I'm thinking, should I really go for something because I need the money? I want the money. I want a bigger bag. Or should I go for it because I want to progress professionally and in life. So it's a question that we all ask ourselves.
Yes.
And I'm asking myself that question, but I know what's going to win is that, yes, I want to be better in my profession, in my skills, and not just do it for the money. Because doing it for the money, it's a kill.
It's a kill.
You're going to regret it down the line. You're going to hate yourself for doing that, because you look back and you think, well, what did I gain out of that?
Yeah.
And it's absolutely nothing. So sometimes taking the easy way out is not key. Is actually detrimental to your journey. So, excuse me, take the hard way and the way that you will be good for you in the long run.
Because the main thing is, you don't have to do that because opportunity, we're not. We just said it earlier, opportunity is everywhere. Yeah. It's everywhere. And so you don't have to chase that. Just align yourself with your values, your beliefs, and when the right opportunity come up, it's going to happen for you. Just boom, you're like, oh, it's just gonna fall right under your lap.
You can keep.
You're gonna be able to put it right through the thing, and you're gonna be able to open that door. Mm-hmm. Why? Because you align your values to it, your beliefs. You prepare yourself. You do everything that you need to do, and you're not chasing. This is why you don't have to chase. Don't chase the lights, popularity, fame, fortune, money, because you can get it and still won't be happy. But if you get it the right way and you align your values up and your beliefs and your character and you're building that character, it's gonna come. It might come in 5 years. Yeah. You know, everybody that has successful, it happened overnight, and it's gonna. But you gotta know it's gonna come. If you're doing what you're supposed to do every day, you get up every day, you prepare yourself, you go to work, you're doing everything, and you're doing it with the thing that you love. When the opportunity comes, it's gonna come. You're going to be like, you know what? You're going to thank yourself. Thank you for not giving up.
Thank you for not giving up. So on that note, we want to say, don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
All right. We thank those who are already part of the family.
Yes.
And those who are thinking of becoming a part of the family. Come on, join us. And we are on our road to 2,000.
2,000, yes. 2,000.
Took a while, but hey, we'll get there. Anyways, so just subscribe, press the notification bell so that every time we upload an episode, you're the first one to see it. And also
comment.
Leave a comment and share the video. If there's anything that you like, write it in the comment section and tell us what it is. Also, if there's any suggestions, like I said, please do write them in the comment section. We also have the audio experience. So if you want to listen to that as well, we are available on all podcast channels. So you're going to see those on the screen. And we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.
And you can follow us.
If you want to.
You want to follow us, you can follow.
If you want to. At Lady Season 1.
At Get Inspired by LJ or Next Opportunity Window.
Yes.
Yeah, and so if you enjoyed this episode, we said check out the episode that we have for you, discovering how supporting your community will change your life. On the next video. Yes. Take care. Bye-bye.